Hello, drawing. Let's take a look at your assignment for this week. So, for this week, you are going to do blind contour drawings of your hands and then, or of your hand, and then you're going to do some modified blind contour drawings of your sorry, not of your hand, but of something a little bit more complex. You can do a portrait of somebody that you know. You can do a self-portrait. You can do a plant. You can do, if you have something with a long cord, you can kind of unwind the cord and put it in a pile. You can do rocks. You can do anything that might be a little bit complex and a little challenging for you, because in this assignment, you are going to be doing the blind contours are not so blind contours are a way to focus your attention on your subject and not on the page that you are drawing. So I have a little lesson here about a bike, and I want you guys to read that, and it will make sense. Well, the lesson will make sense once you do the drawings, and the drawings will make sense once you read the lesson. So the point of it is that excuse me, you should be looking very carefully at what you are drawing and not at your page as you are drawing. A lot of people have a tendency to they want to draw what they think they know about the object. Meanwhile, what you really want to know about the object is, in the image of the object. So so right now I'm looking at a bag, and let's say I was trying to draw the bag. The information that I need is all in the bag, on the bag, around the bag. So in the sight or the vision or the image, I don't want to say image, but in the bag that I'm supposed to be drawing. So what this assignment is getting you to do is that it's going to get you to engage, focusing your attention on your subject. So you really want to be looking very carefully at the subject that you're drawing, so that you can capture really what you're seeing in that subject on your page. So let's see. And this is going to help you in turn develop these kind of eye hand coordination skills that you're going to need when you do your, when we get later into the semester, when you're doing your value and your narrative still life and anything else that you draw from observation. So continue to engage your body. Think about how the material is an extension of your hand. You should be standing. I don't recommend sitting. I can't, tell you otherwise because this is an online class, but I do recommend that you stand and use your entire body. And read this little lesson on the bike. And here is a video. What is this video? This video, it expands on blind and modified blind contour line drawings. And I also have a little demo video that I did. This one is probably better because I didn't have a lot of time I'll probably go back and do this. When I was initially building the class, I was a little strapped for time. So, I will probably go back and replace this video, but I want you to watch both of the videos. So let's look at the directions. So let's start with the directions. So what you want to use is your newsprint pad. And actually, I would say for your modified blind contour drawing, when you get to the later stages of the drawing, or like the last two drawings, you might even switch to nicer paper, because sometimes the drawings come out really interesting. And if you have them on if you have them on newsprint is not a very stable substrate. It falls apart, it deteriorates immediately. So maybe you use newsprint for the first first half of the assignment, and then you use good paper for the last 4 drawings, in case you get something you like, because if it's on newsprint, it's just not going to hold up. So for the first 2 drawings, what I want you to do, for the first 4 drawings, the first 2 sets, first 2 pages, I want you to do blind contour drawings of your hand. So you want to hold your hand in a steady position, and you want to be looking at your hand, and you want to be drawing the lines that you see. Like in my video, I started on my wrist, and I kind of moved around. You'll have to watch that video. I'm not going to watch a video in a video, but you'll have to you'll have to watch a video on your own. And I started on my wrist, and you just want to spend all your time looking at what you're drawing. So my recommendation to you is to take a piece of paper, or open up your sketch pad and leave a piece of paper before the page that you're drawing, and set up your page the way that I have you guys set up your page. So you're going to have 2 of these and 2 of these. These are actually switched in order, but that doesn't really matter. So start with the blind contour drawings, leave a page before, and then you want to put the page before on top of your drawing hand, so you don't have the temptation to look. So you can't look anyways. Even if you wanted to look, the page would be on top of your hand. And I just want you to spend 5 to 10 minutes is probably long. 5 minutes is a little short. I want you to spend like 5, 6, 7, maybe max minutes drawing your hand. And what you need to know about these is that when you are doing blind contour drawings, you want to move very, 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 very slowly. I'm talking millimeter at a time slowly. You are inching, not even inching, you are millimetering at a time along on your page. So you want to go really, really slowly. And that's the biggest mistake people make. People draw too fast. And if you're drawing too fast, I will be able to tell, because I know what they look like. Because I have graded a lot of these. So I know what it looks like when you move too fast on these. You want to just really get into it. And if it feels uncomfortable, you're probably doing it correctly, because it's going to mess with your brain, because it kind of changes your way of, it gets you out of thinking mode and into looking mode. And those parts of your brain, like I mentioned, I put little captions on the video, are very different parts of your brain. The right side is in charge of intuition, and the left side is in charge of reason and logic. So talking and writing and thinking, or not thinking, but talking and writing. And then the right side is looking and seeing. And like when you're driving, you use the right side of your brain, because you're looking at everything and you're making sure that things are not, running into you, or you're not running into things. You're scanning. So you're looking carefully. So that's what I want you to do for these. And what I also want you to do is not pick up your pencil. Do not pick up your pencil. So you should be moving really, 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 really slowly. You want to do 4 drawings of your hands, or your hand. So that's like 6 minutes times 4. I don't know, I would spend like 45 minutes on the first 4 drawings, and then I would spend a little bit longer on each of these ones. Make them a little bit more complex. Modified blind contour drawings, which I didn't mention in my little demo video, are when you look, but you look only like 5% of the time. Most of your attention is on your subject. You're only looking at the page to kind of make sure that your hand isn't moving completely, off the page. So if you look at the difference between these 2, I think actually these were modified too, because they look too much like hands. This one maybe was a blind contour. You can kind of tell, like, the person was warming up, and a lot of times this exercise is used to warm up for a longer drawing. Like sometimes people will do this in an in-person class. Like sometimes I'll do this with my in-person class. I'll have them do blind contour drawings for the first like 20 or 30 minutes, not 30, probably 20 minutes of class. And then I'll have them switch, or just depending on what I'm doing that day. Maybe we do longer sessions of blind contour drawings. But it's a way that you can warm up your the part of your brain that is looking instead of thinking. So let's see, where else can I go to wrap this up so it's not so long? You want part one. Says 5 minutes again, I think, or I don't know, it says 5 minutes here. I would say 6 to 7 minutes is better for the first ones, and then like 10 to 15 on the second. I'll change it for you guys. 10 to 15, or maybe even 20 if you're getting like, maybe on your last drawing you're getting really into it and you just want to spend like 20 or minutes on one of them. You know, see what happens. Let yourself explore and experiment a little bit. But you should be focused mostly on looking at your subject and not looking at your page. Don't draw what you think you know, draw what you see. That is, you know, the fundamentals of drawing, especially when you're drawing from observation. Don't forget to include your written section. Don't forget to put it in your PowerPoint portfolio file, which you're going to submit in full to me at the end of the semester. Again, this says newsprint pad. Maybe you use nicer paper and you use, you know, you just use nicer paper so that you might be able to save one of them. You can use, I want you to use all of your materials, 6B pencil and marker and Vine charcoal. So I don't really care, you know, if you use it for part one or part two. I don't really care. I just want you to use at least three. I want you to use all three of these mentioned. So 6B, marker, and charcoal, Vine charcoal. Use Vine charcoal. Don't use compressed charcoal. Compressed charcoal is really chunky. Here's my example, which I had opened over here. And the rubric, same as always. Make sure you're taking good photos. You're finishing the assignment. You're submitting a PDF. And then lastly, again, as a reminder, I would post everything early. I would post maybe like the best ones that you have. You don't have to post every single one for the critique, for this critique, because there are several drawings, but I would post the best ones that you have. You know, maybe that means, I don't know how you want to do it, but I'll trust your discretion, you know, enough to get your point across, and then just copy and paste your written statement. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Have fun, good luck, and I will see you on Canvas.